All right, we are wrapping up the warm-ups this evening. Running a little late as Granite City had senior night this evening. They celebrated what I believe to be 4 or 5 seniors this evening. Just finished up our 3-minute warm-up, getting ready to do introductions. Before we go ahead and set the scene tonight, drop the puck, we'll let you know that Granite City ranked 3rd in the league right now, as they are coming off a big win last night as they beat previously undefeated Belleville by the score of 4-0. Belleville had rattled off 18 straight wins, and Granite City took it to them last night here at the old barn in Granite. And we'll go ahead and listen to introductions. All right. Introductions have been completed. The anthem played. We've got a couple refs on the ice and the Bulldogs strapping on helmets, getting ready to go. Again, Granite City ranked 3rd in the league coming into this. The Bulldogs somewhere right around the 7 spot, coming off a tough loss the other night against Alton. Bulldogs struggled to keep their top 2 scorers off the board from Alton, and we'll see how we do tonight. Hopefully we can catch Granite in a little bit of a lull. But they did celebrate senior night. Beautiful player boards. Granite's got some really talented kids, so we'll see how we do tonight. Evan Drennan in goal, starting off on the offense. We're going to get started with Hoyt centering Rinder and Hicks on defense. It's Joshua Ressman with Deacon Aravik. So we'll get started here. 14 on the clock. Up to Rinder at center ice. He backhands a nice pass to Landon Hicks, who dumps it in. Puck obtained by Rinder. He turns it over behind the net, and here come the Warriors up to center ice. They get across the blue line. Shot by Alex Vaughn. That's wide. Highland turns it over in front of the net. Also goes wide. Pushed aside by Drennan. Granite with the puck. That's Aiden Cooper. He fires it in. Played to the side by Drennan. Up to center ice. Too far for Gunter. And the Bulldogs will be charged with an icing call, and we'll skate it all the way back to the circle just to the left of Drennan. 13:13 to go here on the clock in the old barn at Granite City. It's outdoor. All I can tell you is thank God it's tonight and not tomorrow night, Saturday or Sunday, because that would be way cold. Puck gets up to Gunter. He's across the blue line with Weiss. Gunter a shot. That one's knocked aside. He falls down. Blows a tire behind the back of the net. Justin Lai with the puck. He turns it over. Shepard with the puck. He's just a little guy, but boy, he's a good little player. Up to Patton Weiss. Patton almost to the blue line. Gets it to Nimmo. Nimmo gets behind the defenseman. Nimmo with a shot. That one rolls off his stick. He had that open. And the puck just rolled off his stick. Gunter with the puck. He gets his pocket picked. Lai fans on one. Gets it to the front of the net. There's Gunter again. That one rolls off his stick. Kyson Hoyt out there with him. Jake Ressman pokes that one forward. He's got Weiss. Weiss takes a shot. That one goes wide. Gunter pushes it back to Lai. Lai chips it into the corner. Gunter going to go off for a change. So is Patton Weiss back behind the net. Granite gets the puck. Justin Lai's there to pick it up for Highland. He crawls and creeps up to the offense. Hicks is going to slide back. And they push it all the way around. Wyatt Rinder along the far boards. Puck turned over to Kyson Hoyt. Kyson muscles one in front. There's a shot by Rinder. Goes wide, hits a referee. Comes back to Jake Ressman. He will dump it into the near corner. Rinder looking for somebody to send it to, and he gets his pocket pick. Also reverses the favor. Puck behind the net. The Granite City goalie, Kaimani Makasini, couldn't find it. And that one is just belted the length of the ice. And we'll get an icing call with 11:24 left to go. Period one. Nobody on the board. After tonight, Highland has 2 more games for the regular season. We play Granite City again, I think right after this, early next week, and then we've got a game against Collinsville, and then we'll bust into the playoffs the week after. So join us for these last 2. Bulldogs hoping to hit their stride at some point here. They have a 10-11 record right now, I think with maybe a tie. I don't know off the top of my head. Puck behind the net, and here comes Jack Nimmo. He's got his winter gear on. He looks good. Gets up to center ice, pushes it in. Connolly picks up the puck for Granite. He's ridden into the boards. Gunter has the puck at the blue line. He makes a move. He's into the corner. There's going to be a penalty here. And it's going to be on, I believe, Granite City. It's going to be on Frankie Kaminsky, number 3 for Granite City. He's a defenseman, and he was hooking at Luke Gunter. We'll draw a penalty, and off we go. It's time to get started with a power play. And apparently a little boot scoot and boogie over the intercom. Puck dropped. Granite gets the puck and flips it the length of the ice. Jake Ressman gets it a little too far for Rinder. That puck by Connolly. Thrown off the glass. It caroms all the way to the other side. I love that word, carom. Do you like that word? That's a fun one to say. As I completely digress, Granite gets the puck. That's Ben Wilson. He's a junior. He gets it up to Vaughn. Vaughn makes a move, gets around the defenseman and puts it in past Evan Drennan. He faked a shot, held on to it, and got Drennan to move first. And the Granite City Warriors have taken a 1-0 lead with 9:59 left to go. Hoyt, Hicks, and Rinder on the offensive side here. They're going up against Granite's number one line right now. Granite City's captain, Alex Vaughn, puts them on the board. That puck goes too far. Highland can't put a stick on that and will be charged with another icing call as Granite picks up a shorty. With 1:05 left in the Granite City penalty, they pick up a shorthanded goal. And if you're a Highland Bulldogs fan, you do not like to see that. Nimmo on the draw with Weiss and Gunter. Gunter has the puck back behind the net. He gets it to Ressman Jr. Josh Ressman Jr. playing defense tonight. Bulldogs without Cooper Hicks. I believe he is out of town at a hockey game this evening for his club. And that one's going to be thrown down the ice. Ressman back there to retrieve. Up to Nimmo. Nimmo's at center ice. He gets it to Weiss. Patton backhands it in. To Gunter. Gunter to Nimmo. Nimmo with a shot. And that's retrieved by Kaimani Makasini as he makes a glove save. So Ressman goes back. Josh Ressman Jr. goes back on defense tonight with the absence of Cooper Hicks. So that replacement is the reason, I believe, for Josh going back to defense, because typically he's up on offense. So on the draw, Bulldogs have the puck. They're at center ice. Aravik passes to Gunter. Gunter's at center. He's going to do a little lap around. Gets it back to Aravik. Aravik pulls it back. He's got Ressman Jr. Highland with 7 seconds left on the power play. Not a whole lot capitalizing here for the Bulldogs on their power play. Gunter with the puck. Here he comes. He gets up to center ice. Gunter at the blue line. He's looking to make a move. That one kicked away by Makasini as that one was on goal. That one deflects off of a leg and stays in the corner. Granite City with the puck. Hoyt applies pressure. They get it to the blue line. Senior Kennedy throws that one on net. And Drennan shuts the door as he holds that one between his pads. And we'll get a stop and play. 8:02 left in period one. The Warriors lead the Bulldogs 1-0. Again, we're going to play each other a couple times here in the next 7 days. So if we don't figure them out this time, we've always got next time. So we'll see what happens. That one thrown on goal from a tough angle. And Drennan's going to hold on to that one. Outside at the old barn, there's no feeling like it. If you talk to my kid, he'll tell you that he thinks this is some of the best ice around. He loves to skate here. So outdoors, pushing about 25 degrees or so tonight here in Granite. And, this is hockey what it's supposed to be. So Justin Lai goes into that corner, fishes the puck out. Here comes Hick. He's got a burst of steam. Gets across the blue line. Kaminsky takes it from him. And here come the Warriors. One pass goes through the legs of a Warriors player. Icing waved off. Ressman gets it up to Hicks. He can't catch that clean in the slot on a backhand shot. That one goes wide. Hicks over in the corner. Tries to get it up to Nimmo. And Jack pushes it out of the zone. Good job there by the boys. Aiden Cooper skates it across the blue line for Granite. He works around one guy. And Highland does a good job taking the body and tying him up as he worked his way toward the front of the net. That one turned over. That was dangerous. And that one's pushed the length of the ice. Nimmo has got some speed. He's going to go into the corner with Kaminsky. Gives him a push. Kaminsky just fell down. There's no penalty there. He just lost an edge. Gunner. Oh, as he tries to get it to Nimmo. Nice job there. Jack couldn't handle that. That was a good try for the fellas. Patton Weiss behind the net. He makes a move to go on his backhand. Granite with the puck. They get it out of their zone up to center ice. Gunter able to get it across the blue line. He pulls up. He falls down on some of his favorite ice. It happens. Loses an edge. Tolley to Aravik. Aravik pushes it up to Gunny. Gunny holds on to it and just pushes it to the blue line. Here comes Hoyt. Hoyt's got the puck. He's in front. Gets it to Gunny. Gunny is shot. That hits a body, and that kid, Aiden Cooper, is feeling it right now. But good sacrifice for the body there by Aiden Cooper. And that one goes up and into the netting here at Granite City. 5:45 left to play. Period 1. Dogs trailing the Warriors 1-0. That one comes in front, and it is buried. So off the faceoff, shot on goal. Drennan couldn't tie up the rebound, and it shoots to the front of the net, and the left side was left wide open, and the Warriors take a 2-0 lead. All right, Dogs, let's get a little bite here. Landon Hicks with the puck. He's at center ice. Into the deep of the Granite City zone. Hicks takes it behind the net. Restman tries to keep that in. It came out. Highland will have to tag up. That goes the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing call. Dogs trailing the Warriors 2-0. On offense right now, Maddox Hazelhorst. He's on with Zach Hauer and Cash Wallace. That one's in the front. Jake Restman knocks down a Granite player. Howard tries to corral that one. Hazelhorst punches it in to pass the blue line. And Cooper carries the puck in. Shot. That one caroms the side of the net. Another save by Drennan. Good job there, as he was able to knock the backhand away. Highland with the puck. Restman Jr. too far for Cash Wallace, and say it with me, we'll get an icing. All right, deep in Bulldog zone. Nimmo on the faceoff. We got Oren and Gunter on offense. Justin Lai back on defense. That one ricochets away from Drennan. If you're just joining us, 2-0 Granite City as they lead here with 4 minutes to go in the first period. Snake, Restman tries to get it up to Gunny. Taps it back to Restman. He's along the near boards. Parker has the puck at his own blue line. He looks for Shepard. I believe Shepard was offsides, no call. Shot, that one goes wide. Back to Oren. Oren can't get the puck away from a Granite player. Granite shoots, that's Parker, shoots it just wide, and it's going to carry him the length of the ice as the Warriors will go back and touch it up and look to get the puck out of their zone. Nimmo knocks that one down with a high stick. Granite plays it. Parker, shot, nice job. Saving it with a stick there was Drennan. And there's a shot, and it goes in. And the Dogs find themselves down 3-0 with a goal at the 3:31 mark. as Granite knocks one in to make it 3-zip. On the faceoff, it's Hoyt, it's Render, and it's Landon Hicks. Lie with the puck. He takes it on a backhand. Back to the point, it's Connolly. Shot goes off the arm of Drennan. Hoyt giving him heck back there behind the net as he tries to cut off Ben Wilson. Wilson, a junior on this talented Granite City Warriors team. They had a tough start to their season, but boy, oh boy, they've been red hot lately. Lai makes a move around a Warrior, and he gets knocked off the puck. Over in the corner, it's Hicks. He looks both ways, trying to figure out what he's going to do with the puck. When he gets there, gets it back to Nimmo. Nimmo tries to make a move. He stood up at the blue line, and Granite City fires the puck in. 2.5 minutes to go. Restman Jr. with the puck. He tries to hit it to Nimmo, and one more time, it's going to be an icing call on the Bulldogs. On the draw, Nimmo tries to tie him up. That one comes back to Drennan. Restman Jr. helps him out. That puck poked away. Can't get it out. Conley with the shot. That goes off of the blocker leg pads of Drennan. And here comes Nimmo. Nimmo gets across the blue line. It's him and 4 Warriors. He has a hard time staying with it. Gunter gets it into the corner. He's looking for Patton Weiss. He's getting ridden like Seabiscuit back behind the net. Comes to Gunny in front, and that hits off of Mocassini, and he knocks that away, I believe, with his wrist. That puck comes out. The Bulldogs are offsides. They'll have to tag up. Oh, and he goes down. Weiss with the puck. He's got it in front, and he waits, gets it to Gunter. Gunter to Aravik. Aravik over to Gunter back in the corner. Gunter centers it, nobody home. Too hard, too far. Hoyt in front. He gets that one to Weiss. And Karam's out of the zone. Granite City picks up the loose puck on a backhand. Drennan has that. One of the Granite City players gives Drennan an extra poke, and he takes exception to it, and I don't blame him. Thanks for joining us tonight. 1 minute, 8 seconds to go here. Period number 1. The Dogs down 3-0. On the ice, it is Hauer. And he's on with Cash Wallace and Maddox Hazelhorst. Here comes Granite across the blue line. Cooper has the puck. He's got it behind the net, looking in front. He can't connect with a player on his own with his own sweater. That one's now back to the point. They keep it in. Shot, rebound. What a job by Evan Drennan. 3 shots, 3 saves. What a leg that was by Evan. Parker with the puck. That hits a leg in front by the Bulldogs, and Highland just able to get it out of there. 29 seconds to go here in period 1. The Granite City Warriors applying, good Lord, all kinds of pressure. Lai with the puck. He's being given the business. Granite City takes over. Throws it in front. That's too far for one of their players. Hazelhorst trying to walk it out. Cash Wallace smokes it down the ice. 5 seconds to go. It looks to me like they're going to be smart and wave that off and just let the time expire in period 1. After 1, we'll take a break for just a minute. Granite City 3, Highland 0. All right, we're going to drop it. Period 2. I told you it'd just be a minute. Thanks for being patient and waiting us out. Granite City going left to right on your radio dial. And they have the puck. And Highland zone, that one's centered, popped up in the air. Kyson Hoyt comes down with it. He's got Hicks on the left wing. Kyson leaves it for Hicks. Hicks looks up, tries to connect with Rinder. A little bit out of his reach. Highland trying to chop the puck forward. We got one player going down back at the point. Tolley fires that. Dangerous. Into an ankle. And Hicks tries to tap that one in. And Kaimani Makasini covers that up for the Warriors. Sounds like somebody's starting a lawnmower here. With some music playing. Nimmo on the draw. Granite wins that one, chops it up, and it rests in the netting. We'll drop it again. 13-17 to go, period 2. Granite City 3, Highland 0. Nimmo on the draw. Granite City wins it yet again. Cooper chops the puck around one Highland player. Skates around Gunner. He gets to the blue line. And that puck gets up to center ice. Here comes Josh Russman Jr. He tries to make a toe drag move. Nimmo has the puck and just pushes it right in front of Makasini as that bounces off of a stick, and Kaimani's going to hold on to that one. Hazelhorst will now center Gunter and Weiss. That one comes back to Jake Ressman. Ressman gets it to Gunny. Gunny in front. Hazelhorst tries to get a stick on that. Back over to Gunny. He smokes one, but it's left of the net. Good try there by the boys. Highland can't keep that one in. Ressman with the puck. That's Jacob. Tries to get it to Gunny. Too far for him. Hazelhorst is in the right spot. He does a good job there and fires it back behind the net. Highland will go off on a change. Jake Ressman. Oh my goodness. The referee about 20 feet behind the blue line makes the call that Highland is offsides. You'd like to see that call made by the other referee who's right inside the blue line, but that's not what happened. Oh my, here comes Granite. Shot, that goes wide. Highland put that one on a platter for them. Comes back in front for Granite City, poked away. Aravik gets it up. Can't connect cleanly with Rinder. Ressman. Nope. Who was that? That was Rinder. Turned over at center ice. Here comes Parker for Granite. Nice stick there by Jacob Ressman. And here comes our buddy Kyson Hoyt. He tries to get a shot on goal. That is blocked by a stick of a Warrior player. Rinder gets it back to Hoyt in the corner. Hoyt does a 180. Can't get it all the way around to Rinder. But Josh Ressman is there. He pokes it behind the net to Rinder. Rinder in front. Shot. That was a great pass. Hicks with a nice shot on goal, but Kaimani turns that one away. Highland with some good pressure there. Josh Ressman gets it up. Nimmo bounces it forward to Hicks. Puck bounces around. Ends up on the stick of Jake Ressman. He looks up. He's got Luke Gunter. Gunny's at center ice. He leaves it for, I believe that was Jax. And Jax gets a shot on goal. But then it's dumped the length of the ice. Nice job there by the Bulldogs. Some good passing. Nice setups. And we'll see if we can get anything going here. as the Bulldogs have put together a couple nice shifts. Gotten some good shots on goal, but can't sneak anything by Kaimani at this point. Dorsch does a good job again to that one. In front. Oren can't get that one to a teammate. Gunter's going to go ahead and has the puck. He makes one move. Sets up shop. That goes off of the left arm of Mocassini. Gunter takes it into the corner. Granite takes it and pushes it down the ice. We'll get an icing as Highland does a good job of continuing to apply pressure. We'll get a change here. .10:06 left to play. Period 2. Back to Josh Ressman Jr. Shot on goal. Oh my goodness. That one takes a couple of bounces. It goes off of Mocassini. It was still loose, and the referee blows it dead as he had a quick whistle finger on that one and owned up to his mistake as he saw the puck bounce out. He does a real quick drop on that one, and that's unfortunate. Granite City with the puck. Shot on Drennan. Hits a stick of Ressman, and it still wasn't enough to keep it out of the net. And Granite City is going to put the fourth on the board. I'll be very honest, I don't like that the referee got to the circle, didn't wait for the players to get ready. He dropped the puck, and, off goes Granite. So I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of not waiting. Not a big fan of stalling, but I'm also not a big fan of not waiting until your players are set. Granite with the puck. It's Cooper. Cooper shoots. Knocked down in front. Back to Kaminsky. Kaminsky chases the puck. Cash Wallace, Zach Hauer, Maddox Hazelhurst on for the Bulldogs. Up to center ice, it's Hazelhurst. Granite with the puck, it's Kennedy. Shot, nice job there, a good stick of Drennan as he makes a nice save. Back to the point, Hicks tries to get that one away from the Granite player. That's Aiden Cooper. Cooper hits it far side. Justin Lai with that one. He's trying to get it out of the Bulldog territory. And here comes Landon Hicks to center ice. He's trying to skate past Connolly. Connolly puts Hicks into the ground. That one's centered. Nice job there of centering that puck by Lai. Gus Tolley gets it back to Justin. Justin gets it over the blue line. He tries to go far side. Nobody home. And Bodkins, something like that for Granite City, will ice the puck. Hicks with the puck. He has it, makes a move. Mocassini turns that one away. Hicks down around the back of the net for Render. There's Hoyt. That one poked past Jake Ressman. Here comes Parker. Parker with a shot, and it goes in past Evan Drennan, and that'll be 5-0 Warriors. As they continue to impress here in the second period. Nimmo Weiss Gunter on the faceoff. Aravik with the puck. Granite's hungry, and they are just going to keep coming for more. Highland better show some gutsy performance here, or they're going to get embarrassed here on Granite City's senior night. That one in front. Highland tries to poke around at that one, and Mocassini freezes it. Speaking of freezing it, did not wear steel-toed boots tonight, and my feet are chilly. I'm sure that was your concern. Nimmo with the puck. On the face-off. Nice job of Ressman there by jumping the play, making sure that Granite City isn't back cherry-picking. Here come the Warriors again. That's a shot, and it ends up in the net up above. Evan Drennan. 7:22 left to go. Bulldogs with the puck. Jake Snake Ressman. That one squirts loose. Drennan plays it. Ressman goes down behind the net. Back to the point. The Warriors with a shot. That goes wide. Drennan plays it back behind the net. Gunter tries to make a move and get around Connolly. He takes the puck. Connolly with a shot. And Drennan with a save. Nice job by Evan there. They don't keep shots on goal here at the rink, but I'm going to tell you, I bet Granite's got at least a 2-1, maybe a 3-1 margin of shots on goal. Ressman Jr. gets across the line. Granite City's offside, so they're going to have to tag. Landon Hicks with the puck. On his backhand. Cross center ice. Chopped forward. Hicks retrieves it. He keeps the puck on his stick. Gets across the blue line. He's got Rinder helping. Hicks throws it behind the net for Rinder. He's got Hoyt in front. Tosses it back to Hicks. And Granite City's going to come out skating with the puck. Wilson just punches it deep into Bulldogs territory. There's Cooper with the puck. Gunner to Hoyt. Hoyt to Ressman Jr. Here comes Ressman Jr. across the blue line. Shot. That's from a tough angle. About even with the red line. Back out to Nimmo. Nimmo shoots that one wide. Gunner with the puck. He leaves it back for Rinder. Rinder. That one, he gets his pocket picked. And Gus Tolley does a hell of a job skating back there, as he was able to catch up with a Granite City player who would have had a breakaway. There's a shot. Good save by Drennan. Tolley with the puck. Back behind Granite's net. Gunter can't pinch that in. And it's going to rattle all the way around the boards. Lai picks it up. Justin with the puck. He gets around one Warriors player. Leaves it for his friend Jack Nimmo. Nimmo gets it across the blue line. He's looking. Throws it on net again from a pretty tough angle. Gunter to Tolley. Kind of handcuffs him with a pass. And Lai goes back. Backhand, forehand, little spin around. He gets it to Gunter. Gunter has the puck. He's at center ice. Skates in across the blue line. Gunter holds, and he gets his pocket picked by Cooper. And Justin Lai takes it back behind the net. He's deep in his own territory. His buddy Nimmo comes back to help. Justin has the puck on his stick, rattles it all the way around. Cooper holds it in. Looks to make a pass, it can't get through. 4 minutes to go here. Howard takes that and smacks it out of the zone. Granite City's got it on their stick. At center ice, Kennedy makes a pass to Cooper. Cooper skates it in, gets shut down by Tolley. Kennedy with the puck. Makes a play. Wilson has it on his stick, tries to get it back to Kennedy. Tolley with a great job as he's going down to get that puck out. Puck along the near boards here. And Granite's going to take it. 3:25 left to go. Hauer. That's Wallace and Hazelhorst out for the Bulldogs. On defense, Restman Jr. and Justin Lai. Hazelhorst with the puck. He pushes it back behind his net. Justin can't play it. Granite City tries to wrap it around. They kick it out to the point. Connolly with a shot. Good save by Drennan. Rebound bounces way up out high. Thrown. That one doesn't get through. Lots of action here. Back to Connolly at the point. He waits. Shoots it wide. Again, smoked around back behind Drennan, behind the net. And Hicks with the puck. Highland gets it out at this time. But Granite carries it back in. Highland struggling to get any movement going beyond center ice. And as I say that, Granite puts another one on the board to make it 6-0. Aravik's going to chase it back in. Just under 2 minutes to go here in period number 2. Aravik with the puck. Puts it on the stick of Rinder. Rinder skates across with Hicks. Rinder makes a move in front. And that one's knocked away by Connolly. Rinder makes a move. Has the puck. Tries to get it to Hoyt. That one's tied up. Restman, nice pass over to Hicks. Hicks looks around. Pauses. He gets tied up. And here come the Warriors. Shot good. Save by Drennan. With 1:12 left to go in period number 2. Still 6-0 Warriors. As we're a minute 12 away from the break here. This period's been all Warriors as they led 2-0 after 1. And have now increased that lead to 6-0. Here with a minute and some change to go before the end of the second period. Back to Cooper. Cooper bounces that one up off the glass. Centered in front. Back to Cooper. Cooper puts it on a stick of his teammate. Up to Gunny. Gunny makes a move around Cooper. He goes down. Nimmo with a shot. Not on goal. And Highland's going to get a penalty call here on the stick of Restman. And Mocassini uses his shoulder to knock that one up into the netting. And Aiden Cooper's going to go off for tripping. He tripped up Luke Gunter. They're going to call it a hook, I believe. Going to be on Cooper. Highland will make a line change here. 42 seconds to go. And we're going to be on the power play. Last time we were, it frankly wasn't good news. But we're going to hope for better this time. As that one rimmed around too far for Tolley. Vaughn chases it. Drennan lets it go. Restman hits Hoyt. Hoyt gets it over to Hicks. Hicks, that's a shot. Off the stick of Connolly. What a good play there with his stick. Granite tries to clear it down the ice. Remember, they got nothing to lose when they do that because they're just trying to kill off a penalty. Here comes Landon Hicks across the blue line, and just as we're about to get a shot on goal, the trusty buzzer goes off, and after 2, it's 6-0 Granite City. All right, here we are on the draw. We'll start the third period, 14 on the clock. That one up to Gunter. He's just going to push it in the length of the ice, deep in Warriors zone. They throw that one the length of the ice because, again, they're killing off a penalty for another minute. Ressman Jr. pulls up on the ice for the Bulldogs. It's Weiss, it's Gunter, it's Nimmo, and it's both of the Ressman boys. That spells trouble for the Warriors. Ressman was hooked there, no call. And the Bulldogs in trouble as they're tied up back behind the net. Shot that does reach Drennan. He does a little juggling act and holds on to it with 13-13 left to go here in the final period. Highland getting dropped right now 6-0 as we have just entered the third period. Let's see some guts and some heart here, boys and girls. This is what I'm cheering for. If we're not going to make a complete comeback, let's not get embarrassed. Hoyt with the puck over the blue line. He's got it on his stick, pulls up. He gets it to Aravik. Aravik able to get it back on the stick of Hoyt. That one hits a stick and bounds up in front. Hicks, nice move. He gets turned around, and Granite City's going to punch that one out of the zone, and here they come. Skating deep in the Bulldog zone. Aravik does a nice job there of pushing the Granite City player Kennedy to the outside, and he can't get a hold of the puck. Jake Ressman able to take that puck and get it up at least out of his zone past center ice. That one goes too far, and we'll get a nice thing. 12:20 left to go. Period 3. All right, here we go. I'm getting ready for a puck drop. I'm going to talk over the music so we don't get dinged for that. Referee throws one puck to another one, and now he drops it again right away. That one out to Tolley at the point. Gus with a shot. That's too high. Goes over the top of the net. Nimmo passes it again to Tolley. Tolley with the puck. He gets it back to Justin Lai. Justin puts that right on the stick of a Warriors player, and that goes again the length of the ice, and we will get a stop and play. And we lose a few seconds there. 12:02 left to go. Nimmo on the draw. Granite City wins it, walks it out of their zone. Up to center ice. Bremer tries to center it. That puck comes to Gunter. Gunter and Kaminsky kind of go at it in the corner. That one goes far, and we'll get another icing call. Nimmo on the draw. Granite City wins that one. Back to the point. Lai tries to keep it in. Here comes Ben Wilson. He takes it from him. Wilson on a break shot. Good save by Drennan as he continues to make a flurry of saves here tonight. Wilson with another shot. And that one goes in. And it'll make it 7-0. The Warriors put another one on the board. They went short side on Drennan. And Highland having an extremely difficult time tonight. On the draw, Hazelhurst, Wallace, Hauer, Dortch, and Restman Jr. I figured we'd have a difficult time tonight, but I was hoping we would compete with them. And so far, we've just been too outmatched to compete with the Warriors this evening. Hazelhurst puts it up on the stick of Cash Wallace. Wallace pushes it the length of the ice. They're going to wave that off. I don't think he could have played it, but I think they're going to try to keep play moving here as we have reached 7. So we're going to get a running clock for the remainder of the game unless Highland pulls out a few goals here. That one shot wide of Drennan. Dortch goes in for it. Granite City comes out with it as they center it to Albert. And Zach Hauer has the puck. He's along the far wing. He gets it over the blue line. Zach gets it poked away from him. Gets the puck back. Hauer, shot, met by a stick. That gets deflected. Aravik uses his soccer skills to keep that one in. Restman Jr. tries to make a nifty move and couldn't complete as he gets stood up by the Warriors. Hicks gets turned around, shot. Nice job by Drennan there on a backhand. And Hicks is able to get it up just past center ice. And here Hicks is almost over the blue line, lost puck. Here comes Render over the blue line. He puts a shot on, knocked away by the blocker of Mocassini. Back behind the net. Granite City's going to take it and chop it down the ice. Hoyt has it, backhands it into the corner. Puck still deep in Granite City's zone. They have put on a player that I haven't seen all night, so maybe they're calling off the Dogs a little bit. But we don't want that. As a coach, I wouldn't want that if I were Coach Weiss. The only way for our team to get better is to compete this evening. Hicks tries to keep that in, goes off his body, leaks out of the zone. Kennedy with a shot, Drennan with a good save. He just keeps that one in front of his body. It bounds into the corner. Granite with the puck. Another player that I haven't seen on the ice very much. He does a good job of putting it on Render's stick. That one gets taken away. Bulldogs with the puck. Up to Nimmo. Nimmo at center ice. He gets to the blue line. He works. Tries to get around a player and can't. Weiss tries to get it in front of Nimmo. That doesn't reach. Gunter jumps that one. Luke, shot. That hits off of Mocassini. Gunner turns it around again. He's got it over in the corner. Luke makes a move, gets out in front, shot. Again, Mocassini makes a good save. Jake Ressman with the puck. They're going to get a penalty on the Warriors here. That one poked all the way through. And Granite City's going to get to that one and touch up. And they're going to go off again. Another penalty on the Warriors as they'll go off for another hook. And Frankie Kaminsky's going to visit the box. All right, Hoyt on the draw. Highland on the power play. I don't know what's happening. We're waiting for it to get put on the board. There it goes. Granite wins the faceoff. I feel like I've said that a lot tonight. I don't know how many faceoffs we've won, but it hasn't been a whole lot. Ressman goes back to get it. Somebody do some stats for me there, would you? I don't have a stat guy at my beck and call this evening. That one gets put on the sticks of Landon Hicks. Buried deep in the Bulldog zone. Drennan's going to leave it for Tolley. Tolley has the puck in the back of the net. He pulls up. He's being given the business. Turns it over. Tolley with the puck. He tries to work it up the boards. It does come out of the Bulldog zone, but Granite maintains possession. We don't like that if we are on a power play. Jake Ressman gets the puck, but it's turned over. Ressman with the puck. Over to Gunny. Gunny gets it at center ice. And he turns that one over. He kind of leaves it for himself. That's legal in hockey. He tries to make a move around one in front of the other one. Trying to take it into his own hands here is Gunter. And that one shot up into the netting and will get a face-off deep in the Warriors zone. We're still at a running clock because we are at a 7-goal differential in the third period. Highland down by that score, 7-0. Back, Ressman fires that off of a Granite player, Aiden Cooper. He has taken a couple of those tonight. Cooper has, he's definitely taken some shots. He'll have a couple bruises. One from Ressman, one from Gunny. That's played back to the point. And the Warriors are even again. Nice stick there by Josh Ressman, but he can't get it out. Cooper shoots it wide. Aravik with the puck. That one's put in front. There's Patton Weiss. That one's cleared the length of the ice. Mocassini's back there. He's just going to play it to Connolly. 4 minutes to go here in the game. Connolly carries the puck, makes a move past Weiss. Nimmo comes in and gives a shot to Connolly, and there's a lot of fan reaction there. Puts it in front. That's cleared out of the front of the net. Shot blasted. Nice job there on a rebound, Granite City. A lot of hitting and a lot of pushing, and we are going to get... Somebody's going to go off. For a penalty. It's going to be a Warriors player, and that's going to be Evan Connolly with a cross check. Clock does stop for penalties. Also stops for injuries. Highland on the power play. Oh no, they both went off. Ressman went off too, Joshua Jr. And I was like, wait a minute, we're not on the power play. We're 5-on-5. In front, that was kind of a knuckle puck. Oren can't get it past Kaminsky. Kaminsky gets a shot on goal. Kicked wide by Drennan. Cash Wallace is trying to get to the puck there. That one could have been played by a couple players. We're going to wave off icing. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go here in the game. Highland trying to get on the board. Cash Wallace. Oh, and Mocassini puts his big, old blocking pad over the top of that puck. We're going to keep play rolling here. On the faceoff, it's Hoyt. And Granite City wins that one. For the length of the ice, 2:18 and counting to play as they just burn one all the way around the boards, and we will have an icing call. Puck will come all the way back to Mocassini's right. Hoyt will take the face-off. Granite City wins that one. Back to Snake Ressman. He tries to keep it in. He takes a shot from Bremer. Here comes Hoyt. Back into his own zone. Kyson Hoyt around the back of the net. Out of the reach of Reagan Dortch. Here comes Hoyt. Hoyt with the puck. Gets it to center ice. He's there with Hicks. Hoyt with a shot. That goes wide. Gunter keeps that in on a backhand. Puts it back behind the net. Hicks going in, trying to corral the puck. Cooper shoots that one real hard. Reagan Dortch does a good job of keeping it in, but here come the Warriors. They're trying to cherry pick, up 7-0. That's interesting. Didn't say surprising, I said interesting. There's Nimmo, he's got the puck. Far side boards. Nimmo leaves it for Hicks. Hicks skates over the blue line. Gunner with the puck, throws it at the net. Mocassini with a leg save. And Kaimani makes another save. .30 seconds to go here in the game. We're running the clock still, 25 seconds. Nimmo on with Hauer and Rinder. Granite City ends up with that. Rinder over in the corner. He's getting tied up by Connolly. That one squirts out. Here comes Granite. 10 seconds left to go. Bremer. Shot. That is knocked away by the blocker of Drennan, and that'll do it for the evening. Highland drops one tonight, 7-0. Oof is all I can say. We get another shot next week. Hopefully the boys decide to, put some more pressure on them next week. It's a tough Granite City team is what I'll tell you. From the barn in Granite City, everybody stay warm, stay safe this weekend. We've got a couple JV games on the docket. We'll see what happens as weather may be a factor, so stay tuned. Until next week for varsity hockey, we'll see you then. Stay safe, stay warm, everybody.